LightStanza has the ability to consider the effect of blinds or shading devices in any daylight calculation or rendering. To start, make sure you have the program in daylight mode by enabling the sun. When you start a rendering, you can enable the blinds under the blind settings simply by checking the option and clicking Start. Blinds are also available for single point in time grid analysis calculations. You can find the settings in a similar place. For an annual grid analysis, there is one other option. Once you enable the blinds, you can also set the blind's hysteresis to simulate the effect of more active or more passive building occupants. When the simulations are complete, you can open the annual simulation report to view a detailed schedule of the blind's operation under the Show Advanced Details section. We have the percentage of time the blinds were closed, as well as the number of up and down movements throughout the simulation. In opening the rendering report, you can see a larger version of the animation that shows whether the blinds are open or closed for each time of day. You can also adjust the properties of the shading devices being used under the blinds panel directly below the materials bucket. There's a list of blinds that are in the design, as well as a blinds library with some different types. To apply different blinds, you can use the paint bucket tool that gets enabled when you select the blind type of interest, and then simply apply the new blinds to the window groups of interest. After associating the blind type with the window group, you can also use the Select All option to highlight all windows with that blind type in red. And then if you open the blinds editor using the pencil icon, there are some additional options related to the blind triggers. They're dynamic by default. There's also the option to set them to be always open or always closed, as well as make some adjustments to the thresholds that trigger whether the blind should be lowered versus not. Annual simulations and point-in-time simulations use slightly different triggering methods. To view the point-in-time sensor location at the center of the window group, you can go under the visibility options and enable the sensor option. Whereas annual calculations will trigger the blinds based on the percentage of the calculation grid achieving a certain target. The default settings are based on lead recommendations and typically do not need to be changed, but can be fun to experiment with. Hope you found this helpful and thank you for watching.